Hi there. Welcome to Tuesday Nights with Dr. Bruce. I'm your host, Dr. Bruce. I have some things to catch you up on and some reasons why I may not be available once in a while as far as this goes. Last Wednesday, after I met with you all on Tuesday, my mom was to go in for a gallbladder surgery. She went in for the gallbladder surgery. Those of you who know Judy Rippey and you haven't heard this news, I don't mean to shock you. I just want to let you know. Uh, you know, Mom went in for the gallbladder surgery. She found out that it was not gallbladder. She found out that it was terminal cancer. The surgeon opened her up, could not even find the gallbladder, said it's all through her mesentery. It's man thumb sized tumors throughout her belly. And he said to remove all the cancer, I would have to start of her pelvis and end somewhere around her chest wall. So it's just absolutely terrible news. Kind of. What's interesting is, and I know this is one of those things where I'm almost a sociopath when it comes to the fact that people die. I don't want them to. It's a rule that they tell you in doctor school, people die. They give you a few rules. Number one is that people die. Number two is that doctors don't get to change rule number one, And Colonel Blake said that in MASH, but in all honesty, it's a way that we live. We do that. So I have almost a sociopathic view of that, to be honest with you guys. It's one of those, oh, well, people die. It's different when it's your mom. It just is. Mostly I just don't want her to be in any pain. And what this is about, and I hope that you hear this, is we looked for the gallbladder. She can't eat fats right now. In fact, she can't eat much of anything. She told us today to eat some pickles. Pickles, for some reason, seem to go down pretty well. She liked Rotkraut, the red cabbage that they make with some vinegar. That seemed to work well for her, so she could consume some calories at least. When I was there 2 weekends ago, she was just suffering. She ate 3/4 of a boiled egg and it came back up, not to be too weird about it, but it's my mom and I'll just tell you the story. It wasn't any good. After the surgery, she was very sore, in a lot of pain. And then, but over last weekend, I just got back Sunday. Last weekend, she was actually walking around kind of like an 80-year-old lady that would after she had surgery, abdominal surgery. I want to tell you though, I've never seen anyone braver. People tell me, and I hear it all the time, I'm very fortunate that I get to deal with the public, folks. I've been there for 30 years. So I've seen people who were 50 years old die in their 70s. I've seen people who were 60 years old. I've worked on all of them, right? I've had hundreds of patients pass away. And I'm going to tell you that she does it incredibly well. Thanks, Barry. I really do appreciate you, brother. It was really tough, man, because she does her stuff very well. Her faith life is so strong. She's worked for the church for 50 years. They would stop by and give her things, honestly, for us, for the people coming to visit her. The church showed up, and everybody thinks that they're going to be like, hey, when it's my time to go, listen, I'm not going to fight it. I don't want you to do heroic measures. I don't need you to give me whatever. All that kind of. She actually means it. That's who she is, okay? So they're figuring out hospice now. Her way of looking at it is eventually what will happen is the bowel will close. And once it does shut off, then I will die. And they do have medications that will keep her out of pain while she dies. But unfortunately, once they start using those kinds of medications, she's not going to have a mind left. She'll be there as her body basically stops functioning. But that's all it's going to be. And I have to tell you, I've had pastors that I work on, wonderful people, tell me, I'm here for you. In all honesty, it's not that. Yes, it's mom, and it's different. It's really different. No matter how strong you are in, hey, people die. It's your mom. But I am going to say that mom is doing it unbelievably well. And I just want to say, while she's still alive, how proud I am of her. She's just doing it really well. To get a diagnosis that your body has created cancer throughout it. You have not just a cancer, you have lots of cancer. And it's all through your entire body, and you're in a lot of trouble. You're going to die sooner than later. Basically, what was given to us was, we don't know. Weeks is probably as long as she's going to last. My dad died 364 days before we got the news that mom had cancer. He died on July 18th. July 19th, we get to hear this news, and now we're to today. Um, I can't tell you that I'm in a bad state because I'm not. I actually feel I'm not flailing away. I'm not mad at God. I realize there's a lot of work to do. She had already started downsizing though. When Dad passed, she basically wanted everything out of her house. And so all of the old stuff that she kept for us kids, she has 4 kids. I'm the second of 4. All of that stuff was dumped out there. So Mom has been incredibly good with this cancer journey. She has been incredibly strong and remains strong. She actually talks about things that she could do. She said she could go for a walk today because it was a nice day here in Kansas City. And so she went for a walk. And it was just one of those things. She can't consume any kind of fats, she says, because that does cause a problem. So she's basically staying away from that. She's one of those ladies that will honestly get to the point where she doesn't mind starving to death. She really doesn't. It's not a bad way to go, and she knows that. She's read all about it, and she knows that that's just a way, so she's kind of like that. She can stay hydrated for the moment. Orange juice, water, cherry juice. I don't know if you guys ever get the cans of tart cherries that people make into pies, but she loves that kind of juice for whatever reason. That's a real big deal for her. So she always pours out the juice and drinks that. She really likes that. So we got some of those. So she's doing really, really well. And I know a lot of you out there have been along this journey with me, the scientist. You've been along the journey with me, the doctor, and you've certainly been along this new bridge journey that we're working with. But I have to tell you that this one is hard, but it's not as hard as it would be if Mom was in horrible pain or if her mind was going or any of that stuff. Her mind is sharp. Now, she does tell the same few stories, but they're good stories, and she's good at telling them, So we've heard some of the things that she's done and she's built, but she leaves behind a legacy. And one of those pieces of legacy is me, I hope. I really want to be that. When you start realizing, their dad died a year ago. Mom will at some point in time this year pass away. So when that happens, it kind of stands on us. We're the legacy, right? We're what we leave behind. How's yours? Have you looked at that recently? I just don't know. I mean, have you looked at what you're going to leave behind? Or, in the last few days, will you have the kind of honor and bravery that my mom is having right now? I don't know. I kind of hope I do, to be honest with you, because I don't know. I'm pointing a finger at me. Would I be that strong, or would I be like, oh, come on, you got to be kidding me. Here it is. I thought I had 9 more years, 10 more years left. Her mom, my grandmother, and my grandmother's sisters, my great aunts, all died within about 2 to 3 months of each other, and they all died at 89. So my mom is 79. I'm thinking I've got another decade here, but it's not going to be that long. So I'll keep you posted. I really will. I won't make all of my Tuesday nights with Dr. Bruce about that, but that would be too boring for you guys to go through that. But quite a journey right now. Great family. We do have my big brother Ed. Everybody should have a big brother like Ed Rippey. They all should. And then of course my siblings. And Helen is fantastic. She's down there working. That's my sister. And then Jim. Jim is an amazing person. He carries everything is funny, and he's very good at being funny. So he keeps the spirit light, and tries to put joy into it. So we're doing pretty well. But I just want to let you know what's going on. If you see me kind of numb, you have to realize that that's kind of what it is. Normally my energy is very strong. I'm one of those potent personalities, like me, hate me, whatever. It's one of those things, right? But rough these last few days, so a little bit numb, a little bit hard to concentrate, but doing okay. Just wanted to let you know. And thanks, Sue. So just so you know, those of you that know Judy Rippey, her time is very limited. She does have cancer throughout her whole body, her whole abdomen. We don't know how long she's going to last, but she'll live for as long as she can. And this is one of those times where you get to hear really bad news from me. But I do have to tell you, I'm really proud of her, and I want that to be where her legacy lies. She's not the kind of person that want people sitting around going, oh no, you poor, you poor. In fact, I promise you she would hate it. So don't be. If you have contact with her and you know my mom well, don't pity her, because she's going to look at you like you're an idiot. She really will. She basically views life as getting out of one car and getting into the next one. So this is death, for her, is getting into the next car, and she's ready for it and is very, very, very faithful. So all I can say is, way to go, Mom. I really appreciate that. Unfortunately, the day after that, my best friend, who's been since I don't know, high school at least, since I was 14 years old, some 40 years ago. His wife is named Becky, and Becky's sister collapsed, and they were unable to revive her. And Becky's sister is only 40. So that was a really tough blow, and that one's horrible. That one actually brought my mom down because she hated hearing that. That's a young life that shouldn't be squandered like that. And we don't know what happened. We have no idea. So I'm just letting you know what's going on with our world. In the meantime, everything is going incredibly well at business, right? Isn't that how it goes? Family has something going on and business is doing great. Business has a hiccup or two and family's there to be around you. Friends and family are huge. So business is going very well. We are helping people heal. We have patients that are coming back now that got most better. But now that we have hyaluronic acid, we can actually inject the knees again, and that's an insurance-friendly option. So that's been going really well. There are things that we're rolling out. Jim, Dr. Wiley, golly, he just works his butt off for us. I mean, he does a great job. Jake and Bennett were at Tres Mare tonight doing the dinner with the doc. I normally do those, right? But Jeremiah, who is our amazing marketer, said, hey, I have a different vision. I'd like for this to go this way. So that's what they're doing tonight. So I basically have had time to sit around and think. I don't know if that's good, man. I kind of throw myself into my work. Honestly, what do you do? What do you guys do when you get really bad news? Hey, your mom's going to die in the next few weeks. What do you? I kind of throw myself into it, don't you? Anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. I've got a lot of irons in the fire, and I'm really glad that I do. It keeps me busy. There's always something I could be doing. So that honestly is a measure of peace for me. So in the meantime, I'll let you know what's going on. Thanks, Wes. I appreciate you. Elena, yeah, it's been a rough one, but she has to work with me. So there it is. There's that one, right? But anyway, just from here, I want to let you know things are going very well. If you could take an ask from me, this is not a request for pity, but if you could get an ask from me, if you could have your nurse practitioner friends, or if you have nurse practitioners that right now they're getting marginalized and kind of stomped on, and it's just absolutely unnecessary, and it's unkind, and it's totally, I don't know, let me just say it's bogus. And the reason why is because they don't have education in regenerative medicine. Well, we are doing a regenerative medicine seminar in Branson in August, and if you go to the website I attached to here, it's RegenEd, RegenEd, regened.net. Very important, the .net. There is no regened.com. Regened.net. If you can take them out, if you can show that or tell the nurse practitioners about that, we're doing education so they can actually get a certificate in regenerative medicine advanced therapy plus 12 hours of CEUs, so they can take it to the nursing board and say, I really do have education, I really do have some experience in regenerative medicine, because it's being silly right now. There's this big push that's, let me just say it's bogus, okay? But other than that, thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me. I'll let you know how Mom is. I'll be posting a few things on Facebook as we go through, maybe some memories with Mom and about Mom that aren't leading up to her imminent demise. But I do want to say thank you for all of you that have sent me amazingly good well wishes. She's doing very, very well. I think she's doing better about it than we are, So strong faith life, and that's really going to bless her from now on. So I'll keep you posted, and I'll see you the next time on Tuesday nights with Dr. Bruce. In the meantime, be an example of what's possible.